Good evening. Good evening. Happy Thursday, or what we like to call it. Actually, is it Thursday? No, it's Wednesday. What we like to call it on the AM Click Morning Show. Happy Hump Day. We made it to the middle of the week. I'm back again. If you don't know me, my name is Chey Parker. I am one of the co-hosts of the AM Click Morning Show on B Moore's 92Q, the legendary flagship radio station. And we are back for another Radio One Baltimore Business in Focus Spotlight Series, all sponsored by our friends and family at Fulton Bank. Now, in these series, if this is your first time ever joining one of these lives with us, it is all about just really putting a spotlight and highlighting amazing business owners in the Baltimore area who are not only doing amazing things in their business, but those things are also translating to what they are doing in the community and making Baltimore just a better place to live for all of us. So first and foremost, we want to start with a little bit of background about our partnership with Fulton Bank. This has been an amazing partnership for us, and they truly are not only saying that they care about small business owners in the community, but they are actually doing the work to support those small business owners in the community. And this feature in particular puts a spotlight on not only these business owners, but great residents. It shows the community notable African Americans in business. So if they are looking for a role model or a mentor, there are folks that are living right here in this area who can help them with building their business and just being an inspiration to them to keep going and building their own legacy. And this feature also inspires us and up and coming residents to thrive as business professionals. So we want to thank our friends and family once again at Fulton Bank for sponsoring the Radio One Baltimore Business in Focus Spotlight Series. And today's series episode focuses on Mr. Rodney Brooks. Now, Mr. Rodney is the owner of Sunnyside Behavioral Health and Sunnyside of Life. Hi, Rodney.
Hey, how you doing today, Shay?
I am doing good. How are you?
I'm great. No complaints.
Good. It's Wednesday. It's the middle of the week, and I'm sure it's probably been busy for you as a business
Yeah,
owner.
always. Yes.
Yes.
Hump day, like you say, made it halfway through the week, so it's great.
Yes, that is
Yeah.
always a blessing. I
hmm
say that's always something to hit a quick little praise break for.
Right.
But thank you so much once again for joining us for our Radio One Baltimore Business and Focus Spotlight Series. We appreciate you just taking out the time to talk to us. I'm sure there may be some aspiring entrepreneurs who want to get into your field or want to get into business, or even someone who can actually utilize your services. So thank you once again.
Yeah. Thanks for having me. Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. Now, first and foremost, like before we even get started, if someone has never heard of Sunnyside Behavioral Health or Sunnyside of Life, what would you tell them that it is and how that it services the community?
Well, it serves the community to fill a void. Growing up here in Baltimore, I'm pretty sure everyone is seeing like for substance abuse and mental health issues, behavioral health issues, they all tied in, to one. And pretty sure like you can step outside any given day and see the void that we need to fill, and just to help everyone. We focus on changing the mindset to change your lives. So everyone, I'm pretty sure knows someone or even themselves maybe that needs just help. So we're just here to service the community and offer our resources to help better and enrich people's lives. That's
Absolutely. And I think what makes your business special too is that it's not just a behavioral or health center, but it also ties in the substance abuse aspect and how that impacts mental health. I know a lot of folks, when they're going to get treatment, say they may be struggling with some sort of substance abuse, they may not automatically identify that there's also a mental health issue that needs to be treated or addressed. And so businesses like yours, I feel like anyway, are very few and far between, especially in Baltimore and the area that we live in.
right.
So what made you want to get into this line of work? Because I know you were an entrepreneur and had several businesses prior to this, and then you moved heavy into the mental health space.
Right, just witnessing the void that and the need for it, basically. Growing up myself, I had family members that suffered from not only the substance abuse but mental health and all of it. So just seeing the need for it, and honestly seeing some other programs and other businesses that I don't think it's going to take the approach that we take to really be proactive, to really help people, instead of just focusing on a dollar, just to help people and help them get their lives together and showing them different avenues and opportunities to, to help them see it through, So
Yeah.
yeah, I think we stand apart because not only that we give them, like I'm gonna go back to what I said, focusing on changing their mindsets to change their lives. Sometimes people need to see different instead of every day being focused, with the focus on the same thing that got them in the situation they're in. You need to show them a different side of life. That's why, you know, naturally it's called Sunnyside of Life, to show them a sunnier side of life, to show them an alternative to help them and help their people around them and their family, just to see a better life.
Yeah. And was this always something that you sort of had in the back of your mind that you wanted to do because it was, so close to home and you had personally experienced this and it just, through life
Yeah.
took a while to get to that point? Or what was that journey like?
Well, the journey was, I mean, I definitely had it on my mind for some years, but, I connected with my family member as a cousin of mine that was already in the field. And, we put our brains together and focused on, doing it ourselves. And, like I said, watching a lot of other people. And from my view, I see people, try to attempt to get themselves together, but they might fall off and, have to come back. We want
Yeah.
to get them on a journey, whereas though it could be a lifelong journey, and help them along the way, whereas though, you know, people go through things. So it's always, people backtrack and might, fall off the wagon or whatever, but we want to help them all the way through the journey and, to see it through. So I really took it serious after several conversations and doing my research and, just seeing, like I said, again, the void that need to be filled. And I feel as though we definitely, fill a void to where as though really help people see it all the way through and not just, because we also offer supportive housing. So on top of them just coming into the program, a lot of people don't have anywhere to live. So that's another thing they're struggling with in
Hmm.
the midst of trying to get themselves together, So we want to come with the whole everything and use our resources. That's another thing when it comes to Sunnyside of Life, to use our resources and community outreach to really put people in a position to win and get their lives back together and get back on track. So, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and that's so needed in the community. Right now, I think we have our one of our representatives from Fulton Bank. She's the vice president of business development for the DC, Maryland, and Virginia area. Miss Sherry Curry, how are you?
Hi, I'm well, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for joining us. And this is my first time actually doing this between, of course, one of the business owners that we're spotlighting, and of course, Fulton Bank. I want to talk a little bit about how this partnership between Sunnyside Behavioral Health and Fulton Bank came to be.
So, Rodney, first of all, is an outstanding, wonderful person and an even greater business owner. Um, I met Rodney through another business owner who introduced us. He kept saying, I need you to meet Rodney. I need you to meet Rodney. He really needs help because it's really important to build a relationship with a banker. So Rodney and I met and we just clicked immediately. I knew what his plans were. I knew what he wanted to do with his business. And I am here to be an advocate for him and help him get to where he needs to go. So we work closely together. I probably speak to him 2, 3 times per week, but it's my job to really help him grow his business, to find out what's keeping him up at night, and to really overcome any challenges that he may have. My focus is to really help minority business owners who have lacked access to capital and who have lacked like the knowledge and the partnerships with banks. So I am here to really bridge that gap and just be the trusted advisor for him and to help someone who looks like me, if I can be
Yeah,
quite honest.
yeah,
So we have a great partnership. Again, we're really growing the business, and I'm very excited about what the future holds for Rodney and Sunnyside. And I'm a banker who, like I said, I check in with him every week to make sure that he's on track. We have an action plan for success, and he follows it very closely. And that's why he's where he is today. So it's just a pleasure working with Rodney. And again, he brings a lot of value to the community of Baltimore. Because one thing that I've learned from being in banking is that if the communities that we serve are not successful, the bank won't be successful, Fulton Bank won't be successful. So it's important for me to make sure that business owners in Baltimore are successful so that we can give people jobs, so that we can help people who are struggling with substance abuse and mental health. And Rodney is doing just that. Again, he has multiple businesses, and we work very closely together with all of them. So I am his trusted advisor.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much for that. Rodney, how does that feel to just get such high praise as a business owner in the area that's growing and just doing great things?
It's much appreciated for sure. And you know, like everything she said is definitely true. And she's been a great asset to me as well. Put me in front of, you know, people and basically, you know, networking and put me in great situations to thrive. So yeah, definitely. Yes.
Awesome. And before you partnered with Fulton Bank in terms of, looking for a bank that was going to be, your business bank or needing a business loan, what was that journey like before you were able to, get to Fulton Bank and really find a relationship that worked for you?
I could say sometimes maybe a hassle. Sometimes, you know, people, like she said, honestly, they don't see what someone as a Chey or, you know, Fulton Bank as itself sees when it comes to minorities and small business owners. You know, I
Yeah.
guess they wait till you get to a certain level, and I figure, you know, it may offer you more assistance then, but you know, it's just starting off and getting some things in order. Is the difference, like I can say, has definitely been, has she already told you too, she's been attentive to my needs and, you know, keeping me on track with a lot of stuff. A lot of other banks, they're not so personal. So that'll
Yeah.
be the difference out there.
Yeah, that's great. And that is not the first time that we've heard that from, one of the business owners who are under Fulton Bank. So we appreciate that. We need more of that. And, we got to be honest, when a Black man, especially, walks into a bank to get a business loan, it is exponentially, harder for him
Hmm.
than, his white counterpart. Same thing
Yes.
with a black woman and her counterpart. So, and that's why we partner with Fulton Bank for that exact reason, to shine
Right.
a spotlight on these things and let other business owners know that they can do it. They can do it as well.
Yeah.
When you see someone who looks like you who is doing it, it just adds more motivation and inspiration to know that what, if Rodney can do it, I can absolutely do it as well.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
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 Now, I'd also like to talk about just sort of how you've aligned your goals as a business owner, having such a personal tie to your business, while also making sure that you are following that action plan from Fulton Bank and making sure the two line up. Because I know sometimes when we're passionate about the business that we're in, we want to do things one way, and sometimes
Right.
it's hard to let go of that control.
Well, I mean, I think it's a thin line with that because, like you say, you're passionate about what your goals are, and what you want to do. But to get insight from someone that's knowledgeable outside of your way of thinking, you know, I think is a great thing because you know it opens your eyes to so much more that you can do and so much more that you might not even have on your mind at the time. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Nice, nice. And for Sunnyside behavioral health, it's two different sides of it, right? So you
Yes.
have the behavioral health side and then also Sunnyside of Life. Can you talk a little bit about how those two entities are different and how they work together?
Well, Sunnyside of Life is the nonprofit side, and that's more so focusing on community outreach and basically, you know, uh, getting resources and pooling resources together for our clients. So, you know, things that we may not be able to do on a day-to-day basis, Sunnyside, you know, behavioral health, we can help them on the nonprofit side, and a lot of networking events that you know we're able to intertwine with to bring more opportunities for our clients, you know, moving forward. So, I guess that'd be the biggest difference between the two.
Okay.
Yeah.
And in what ways do you feel like, you've grown from this partnership with Fulton Bank, and what can we look forward to for Sunnyside Behavioral Health?
I've grown due to exposure and being in, in the right places and being invited, in front of the right people to be able to network and to be able to grow. I.e., right here, what we're doing today.
Yeah.
So that, for an example, this is a great example of, what you know was helping us thrive or helping us, get, you know, more exposure to get out there better.
Yeah. Yeah. And what's been the hardest part of growing a business in this field?
The hardest part, uh, I can't even really say. I mean, I haven't ran into anything that's, has been detrimental yet. So I can't say it's been easy either. But,
Yeah.
for the most part, people, we're here to help. So if people, want help and they want to come and change their lives and all that, you know, we've been here, we've been in place to help do that. So we haven't had too many hardships so far. So.
Yeah. But I mean, I can imagine too that sometimes it might get emotionally stressful just being, from what you see from
Right.
day to day.
Right, but I mean, honestly, growing up in our city where I am, I'm kind of immune to a lot of, so it is a sad thing to say, but it's the honest truth. So
Yeah.
it hasn't been too many to hit me too emotionally because I've seen a lot and I've also been through a lot. So,
Yeah.
I love the fact that I'm able to reach back and assist people and help them get their lives together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And what advice would you give to, a business owner who may have already started their mental health business or they're looking to start a mental health business? What's one of the first things or one of the most basic things that they really need to think about before getting into it?
They need to find, what their passion is about in that field. Like with me, I love seeing the change in people, seeing people, overcome some obstacles and get back on track. They need to find what their niche is and what their passion is. Because a lot of people in business, period, they just focus on the dollar and they're not too much worried about, what they're actually into or what their services actually are. So I feel as though with this, like you just have to find your niche and really get into it to find that place in your heart to really, to really want to give back and really want to be involved in other people's lives because everybody has their own lives going on. So to actually take a step outside of your own comfort zone, your own life, to interact with other people's lives to enrich them and help them, grow. So they would
Yeah,
have
that
to.
is something that I've heard some business experts say is that you should always figure out a way that you can fix a problem or help someone, and that's your niche. That's
Right.
your business,
I
and you
would
move
agree.
forward with that, and then the money will eventually come, but your
Right.
focus should always be being finding solutions for others.
Yes, I agree for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Now, tell us a little bit just about where you see Sunnyside behavioral health in, say, the next 5 to 10 years.
Big, very big. And I mean expanding across, not only in Baltimore, expanding outside of Baltimore because this is a worldwide problem. But I'm not going to say expanding worldwide, but expanding, across, outside of Baltimore. So that's definitely a nationwide problem, epidemic with, I feel as though like the government and everything they don't do enough. They just throw money at the solutions instead of getting personal with it and really getting in the trenches and really getting out there to really help. So I foresee us getting very big because we're here for that. We're here to help the people and get out there and really, aside from people who are detached from it and don't really know how the intertwinings the inner workings of people's problem. Like sometimes people, like you touched on it, you said as far as mental health and behavioral health are intertwined, and that's very true. So it's like, I see us, very, getting big and expanding because we want to fight this problem head on and really help people and, like I say, help them see it through and take our show on the road outside of just what we have going on right now.
Yeah, no, and that's major, especially to have someone who looks like you in the space, being a Black man. We already know there are not many Black men who are working in this space, especially at the business owner level. So to be able to just be in the community and actually, support your community in that way is such a big deal. So I can't say it enough how much we just thank you and appreciate you, as well as Fulton Bank for supporting that work. And of course, Radio One Baltimore, we're just here to really be, a platform and to be your voice, and to get the word out. So we thank you for that for sure. Now, my last and final question for you here is, how as a community can we help support you in growing your business, and being out there in the community with you?
Any way you can, any type of functions that if we can be invited to get out there and really
Love a
network
function.
and
I said we love a function.
Right, we do too. So anything that we can get out there and have any type of community involvement to get out there, with the people, and any type of way we can give back also, not just to get our name out there, but also to give back and really get out in the community. So we're here with like any invites that you may have, like you definitely can let us know about it.
Okay, awesome. We will definitely do that, because I know I love a good function, a good networking opportunity. And
Right.
Please bring the food.
Yeah, for sure.
Please bring the food, and please also bring the drinks. Is there any last words, anything else that you'd like our audience to know about Sunnyside Behavioral Health and Sunnyside of Life?
I wanted to leave you with, before I get off, Instagram for Sunnyside Behavioral Health, and our website. Website is sunnyside.bh.org, and our Instagram is Sunnyside of Life. You just type it in sunnyside.behavioral.health.
Gotcha. And then they can find all the contact information and how to reach you and services there.
Yes, they can. Mm-hmm.
Okay, awesome. And then one last round, if anyone is just joining, or they sort of fast forwarded to the end to see, can you let everyone know what sort of services Sunnyside Behavioral Health and Sunnyside of Life offer, and what might be available to them if they're in need?
Well, we offer, like I said, supportive housing outside of what we do at our office. But at our office, we offer intensive outpatient program. We have a outpatient program, and we have along with the supportive housing. How can I word it? There's levels to it. So when they get to a certain point, where as though when we feel as though they're not just contemplating on getting us out together, as we seeing them growing with the program and all that, it's a lot of services that we offer under our final step of the program.
Okay, so it's a process. You just don't do one thing and then throw them out to the wolves. It's something that you take a journey.
That's a lot of people I see, they do that, and people end up not fully had their stuff fully together, and that's the approach that we're taking, a different approach to that. We want to see people all the way through, so having to the point where they get back into society and be productive.
Thank you so much, Rodney. We appreciate you once again. Sherry, any last words from Fulton Bank, or how a potential business owner may be able to get in contact with you to be a part of the Minority Business Program?
This is a great time to get in touch with me, because we've launched a diverse business banking program for women, minorities, and veterans, where we have special ways to get access to capital for you. The requirements aren't as strict as they are for others. And if you'd love to sit down, I want to learn about your business and kind of see what's keeping you up at night and come up with an action plan for success. I can be reached at scurry@fultonbank.com. So that's scurry@fultonbank.com. And I'd be happy to, again, sit down and develop a relationship with any business owner, no matter where you are, whether you're new, mid-range, or whether you're a large business. I'd be happy to help you.
Yeah, so it's something for everyone. So don't get in your head about reaching out, right? I always say the worst thing someone can say is no, right?
Right. Yeah.
So thank you so much, Rodney Brooks. That's the owner of Sunnyside Behavioral Health, as well as the Sunnyside of Life, as well as Miss Sherry Curry from Fulton Bank. If you're just joining, you missed it. You're late. You should have been here, okay?
Right.
The good part about it is that you can rewatch this as a part of our Radio 1 Baltimore Business and Focus Spotlight series, all sponsored, of course, by Fulton Bank. So thank you so much, Rodney and Sherry.
Okay.
Until
Thank
we
you.
meet again.
Okay, Shay, thanks for having me.
Of course.
Thank you.
Okay, you have a great day.